Trapmore gang, it's time for another David update, and I've got something very interesting for you guys today. So if you've watched my coverage of this before, you've heard me talk about David's sordid and cursed friendship group. There's David, you've got his right-hand man, Neo. Some people have said that maybe they were boyfriends. There's been a few questionable pictures of them together that has led people to believe that. There's also the girl named Aysia Collins. Some people have said maybe she wanted David, maybe she was a friend, maybe they'd put each other in the friend zone. It's not entirely clear, but some people have even made the suggestion that actually she knew about Celeste, the underage girl that was found in David's trunk, that maybe she was jealous of the relationship, maybe she wanted David for herself. We don't know. And then, of course, there was the other Celeste, Celeste Herrera, the decoy Celeste, as a lot of people have called her. Essentially, an older of-age lookalike of Celeste that was part of this friendship group, and a lot of people have suggested that maybe this was just a smokescreen for the relationship he was in with an underage girl named Celeste who looked quite similar. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be telling you about something really interesting that's gone down behind the scenes, because we're actually seeing a very strange phenomenon. In the case of a murder of a minor, and everybody's looking at the friendship group. Nobody's been arrested yet. Nobody's had any answers from David. Aysia, she's left a few little hints on social media, a few little posts saying things aren't quite as they seem, you know, let's wait for things to work out. She said that she didn't know about the underage girl. Well, she's now on Reddit, basically doing a confessional, answering questions and giving a lot of new information and finally speaking up in a way that a lot of people thought she never would. So before we get to that, let me just refresh your memory. So there's been theories. Steve Fisher, the private investigator that was retained by the homeowner of the property that David was living in when the deceased minor, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, rest in peace, was found in the trunk of his Tesla parked nearby. Steve, the private investigator, said he believes 2 or 3 people killed Celeste. This was a post on his Twitter or his X account. So with everything you've seen and with your own judgment, what charges do you see David getting? He said, I wished I knew the answer to that, and it worries me how long it's taking to get to the charging stage. Anything less than homicide and sex crimes against Celeste would be disheartening. I think multiple 2 or 3 people directly participated in her death. I feel several people were accessories to this crime. Each and every one of them should be charged, but I think that's wishful thinking at this stage. Okay. Now, Steve says he believes 2, possibly 3 people participated in the death of Celeste. It's not confirmed by police. So Steve's not officially confirming that, but it's interesting. Steve did a lot of investigating in this case. Steve doesn't name the 3 people, but I'm pretty sure we all know the trio who he's speaking of is, and we know who the 2 is. If there's only 2 involved, the same 2 or 3 people we have suspected the whole time. TMZ reported months ago that there's at least one other suspect, if not more. I wonder who it could be. Could it be a person who had to get arrested in order to cooperate with the district attorney? That's Neo. Could these 3 mystery people be the same 3 people present on the tour bus on July the 29th, 2025, the day that the Tesla was parked? I believe that one is inferring that it is Aysia. Person number 3 was present on the bus too. However, that person's not fully confirmed, so Fisher is unsure of her. I mean, their involvement, lol, saying it's a woman. So person 2 is extremely likely to be the last one who parked the Tesla, because person 2 left the courtroom in as little as 40 minutes, meaning they pled the 5th. You do not plead the 5th unless questions you are asked put you at criminal risk. And we all know who person 1 is, the prime suspect of the case who the grand jury is for. The one who is legally facing the people of California. Who are these accessories to the crime that SF speaks of? I wonder if person 1 has a 4th friend who hangs around the mansion a lot. Perhaps someone who hangs out with person 3 a lot. Maybe person 1 has a couple of managers, maybe friends or family of person 1. It's not like anyone's refusing to testify against person 1, right? Oh, wait, they are. All of this is alleged, and the only one we know actually who is involved 100% is the person LAPD is trying to indict on murder charges. Say, some people think it's the management. Some people have suggested different people. All right, they've said to be patient. People have basically been wondering who on earth it could be, but we know who they're inferring to, right? So somebody claiming to be Aysia, all right, David's friend, David's female friend, David's girlfriend, David's side piece. There's been a lot of jackets put on Aysia Collins. Now, this is apparently confirmed, okay? This is a long post, and I believe the confirmation actually did come as well, which I can show you that too. It is apparently confirmed to be her. This is another post that was going around. It says, Aysia confirmed. Someone said on her Instagram, and this is verified, hey, someone's pretending to be you on Reddit. She replied from the verified account, nope, that's me. Confirmed, right? It is actually her. Okay, people saying she could really use some time away from social media, PR person, lawyer, or therapist. Not today, all right? And I'll read you the whole post, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into the replies as well, because it is very, very interesting, and some of the responses and reactions to this post. All right. But this is firstly, for the first time, somebody actually involved in the David situation in that circle who's even suspected to have been involved in the alleged murder. Speaking out for the first time. That Pepsi Max is hitting. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I'll read you the post. Said, "Hi, this is Aysia. Yes, it's actually my account. I just wanted to come on here and state a few things because a lot of things have gotten out of hand. I've made it clear on multiple platforms that I am no longer friends with David. And as for talking about things, I'm respecting the investigation as well as Celeste Rivas. You guys do not know everything going on as much as you have done digging. I'm also lost as well. The harassment has gotten horrible. I have people being extremely misogynistic and terrible towards me because of the things that they believe to be true, but not actually having any facts. I only want justice for Celeste Rivas as a young girl's life was taken. I myself have been a victim of grooming and often felt that when I was younger, I had a mature demeanor and grew up fast. I know you all don't know me, but it also means you don't know my personality or nature. The post that was put on here picked everything apart in my private life. The post that was put on here that picked on everything in my life was not necessary. All it was doing was nitpicking every single job I've ever had. I don't understand what's wrong with working harder. As for an OnlyFans, the moment I started it, it ended shortly after. I was scared. It wasn't who I was. It also didn't reflect things I was comfortable with growing up poor and around a lot of girls who do S work. Makes you think that you'll be okay with putting yourself out there like that, and I just wasn't. I didn't put out much, and I worked hard to get rid of things. Seeing this Reddit post pictures of me and personal information just isn't okay. I've had people track me down at work, stalk me, threaten to kill me, threaten to eat me, chop me up, you name it. Yet people don't know how hard I'm working in silence to bring justice to Celeste Rivas in the ways I can. I would appreciate if people actually sat back and thought about the harassment you are bringing people who have nothing to do with the case. This will be the only time I'm speaking on this until I'm ready. Thank you. I understand everyone's curiosity and frustration." And so her account is Coolins. Right, and let's see if she replies. I thought maybe she had replied in some comments. Maybe some have been deleted. We don't know. Let's see what people are saying. People said, "Aysia, what was David's explanation that Celeste wasn't around anymore after January the 2nd? You met Celeste more than once. We both know that. Have you been cooperating with the police?" I don't think she's going to reply to that. That was crazy. It says, "That's the only good thing about this liar saying that she met Celeste once for 5 minutes or something stupid she said, had no clue about anything. The good part is she will definitely snitch, in my opinion, judging from her personality. Justice for Celeste." People saying, "Seriously, Aysia is really fishy. Please tell me how all of a sudden your name's been displayed. All of a sudden she wants justice for Celeste. A load of BS. You are a bad person, let's say. What's going on? Can you verify the user before allowing this post?" It is verified. It says, "Why do you keep wearing David's hoodie? Also, why do you lie about not knowing who Celeste Rivas was in your first post addressing all of this?" It said, "Replying to other comments, but not my comment. Very convenient for you. Keep dodging the hard questions. You won't be able to dodge justice or karma when it comes knocking at your door." But here's a response. Here's Aysia. She said, "I didn't know who she was. I met her once for 5 minutes. Is that knowing her? I don't think so personally. And the hoodie thing is dumb. It's my hoodie, not his. He just wore it one time." Okay. And do we get any more responses from her? Are we going to hear from her? Doubt it. But that's interesting. We did get something out of her. Okay. We've got another response coming for this one. It says, "Would never promote the harm or harassment of anyone because while no one else but those directly involved with the situation really knows what occurred, I think there's been a lot of confusion and contradictory statements seen on your social media, which leads people to think the worst, such as bringing the Coachella post back to your page with David tagged and the DMs we've seen. But I understand that it's an open investigation and we need to respect that so justice can be served. Justice for Celeste is coming." She said, "I didn't mean to bring the Coachella post back to my page. I recovered it, but I didn't know there was a post of David even in there. On my end, there was only photos of me, Instagram glitches, and is weird." People saying, "What are you talking about? You were at Coachella with him, not on your own." People are backing her. She's saying she's for real. It happens when you have a ton of pictures. I've literally seen it happen. So this is a pretty savage message. It says, "Respectfully, Aysia, but most of what you've said is straight BS and contradictory. For months after Celeste's body was found, you made a bunch of posts on social media with silly jokes that coincidentally matched with Celeste's case. Let's not play dumb or act like children here. Yes, harassment, being dragged into something you maybe did/didn't take part in is shit. I don't agree with it, but being low-key and staying off the internet is a smarter and wiser solution to you or anyone in a similar situation. So why are you on here or on other social media if it's so unbearable to you? And why are you talking about your past and traumas? Respectfully, I feel sorry for whatever you went through, but how the F is it relevant in any way to Celeste, David, etc.? You talk about being groomed when younger, but this is quite hypocritical and contradictory of you." It's interesting that she says that, though, because that basically is her confirming that the grooming took place because she's bringing it up. Why? Because in many of David's live streams, you and the other PDF clowns were like, oh no, don't show Celeste's face, while using Celeste Herrera as a decoy to hide the real underage Celeste Rivas. At the same time, in other people's live streams, you and Celeste Herrera were fine hanging out with other men and showing her face without all the charade. Seriously, you're acting like you never knew shit, at least at some point, and then went along with the circus in your group of friends, and now you bring your alleged traumas in your life into it. For what? To distract from your part in this mess? And people saying, why are you telling the world about your OF? Is this a joke? Why try and make this about you? And why right now that Celeste was confirmed to be dismembered? Talking about S-Works, please cut the BS. Time to grow up and face the real world, Aysia. Not everything's about you. If you can't deal with the internet, then stay out of it. But don't try and dictate what others should believe or feel just because you can't deal with it or don't want to. Bringing your alleged traumas of the past as if people will feel some kind of full sympathy for you in this unfavorable moment, like a 5-year-old toddler trying to avoid its actions playing victim. Not everyone will fall for this childish act of yours. People saying, I will assume this is related to the investigation and all the witnesses and stuff. If it is, then provide everything necessary to investigators, because a 14-year-old kid being dead and mutilated in pieces is pure evil. Time to wake up and smell the coffee. Aysia, it could have been a sister, a friend, a daughter. If you're innocent in whatever led Celeste to her death, I genuinely hope you grow up and be a better person after this, starting by not making everything about yourself. Is there a reply? Is there a reply? Is there a reply? Not in that post. Is there one under this post? Not under that post. Let's read some more of the comments and dig for any responses that might be there. This says, Aysia, with all due respect, you only respond when it attacks your character. You don't respond when it matters about Celeste directly. You don't care about anyone but yourself and how this is affecting your life. Now, granted, it is understandable to be worried about yourself with such accusations going around, but you have in fact not been respectful about your posts. In fact, they were disrespectful. Staying off the Instagram would have been smart of you if you didn't want to get judged the way you are. Your actions have created the reactions you're receiving. You should realize that by now. You didn't cancel your time in Oslo, which directly matches the time David's tour would have been there. I didn't know that. That's interesting. While you've been continuing your life, Celeste's life was over. You have been extremely tactless in your posts. You claim that you weren't that close to David or Neo, but you sure did eat up streaming with them. Story isn't lining up. And if you don't want to be judged, then make your story make sense, because it doesn't. All you do is post half-ass information, defend your character, and leave more questions. Since you post so much, do a live Q&A, you can't actually escape that. But knowing you will wait until you make money off the situation. Disgusting. It's pretty harsh. Says, how you feel comfortable being on the internet in any capacity when you're friends with someone who murdered and dismembered a girl is beyond me. Actually, anyone who actually gives a F would have taken time off being on any social media platform. If this is you, you're weird as F, and you need a lot more help than you think. Okay. Some people are defending her. No, this isn't defending her. I thought it was bad. It says, did you see her lying about her life being threatened? She said people came to her work. She doesn't have a job. She said they want to chop her up. An idea she got from David's video of him mad at girlfriend when she talks to guys that he's chopping up meat. What the F, is she that stupid? She said she grew up poor. Middle class isn't poor. Her being brought into acting at a young age. However, her acting sucks, and she's trying to act the victim here. No wonder she has no future in that. And no one who was actually abused would be laughing next to a man looking at two little girls on stream, twerking and sexualizing them. There she is laughing. The whole post was trash, narcissistic when caught doing wrong. Then they get called out, project the victimhood, and blame people who see through their lies. Okay, she did claim to have a 9 to 5 on her ASAP Rocky album review. So there you go. All right, that is a little bit more context for you, for the haters. He was saying, facts on Aysia from her streams. Murder is funny, ha ha ha, such a disgrace. Her video. Gooner David is funny, twerking to kids while sitting next to him with two little girls laughing with him about it. On streaming, her lying about knowing Celeste the whole year and a half that David was messing with her, worried enough to have daddy go and get her parked car away from David's mansion where she was living instead of driving it off herself when she got back into town. Aysia is dumb, arrogant, sadistic, narcissist. Detectives deal with her type all day long. They can see through her, Neo and Herrera, and the mods like Xerx and Sophia. Data specialist, his dad is top in his field, wondering if everyone thinks their part in all this got deleted and lost when phones were lost. Maybe David has them convinced that his dad has taught him all about the internet stuff. Remember David's word, delete everything. Well, it doesn't really get deleted. People saying she is a demented girl. All right. Only a narcissist would think it's totally okay to post something like this, just like when criminals speak to police, thinking they don't need lawyer because of their pomposity, that they think they can just talk their way out of things. People saying, Aysia, I'm only curious, please answer this question. When you were around Celeste, what was the dynamic like between her and David? Did they get along? We want to know what it was like when she was around with David. He literally dismembered her body. And she replied, she said, I understand you are curious, but I wasn't around her. Sad face. She was hidden from me. Don't know about that. Don't know if I believe that. People saying, so the recent photos that SF posted that were taken around New Year's Eve 2024, thirsty, going into 2025, you were there with David Neo, the other Celeste, and the other person we strongly feel is Celeste Rivas. Was Celeste Rivas with you guys on New Year's Eve or not? She'll say no, of course, until the internet digs up whether or not it was. So Celeste was hidden from you and not from Neo and Celeste Herrera. There's also a screenshot of you texting, she's my friend's girlfriend, shake my head. You're contradicting yourself saying she was hidden and yet being surprised when you saw the missing poster and saying that you harassed David about it. You are one bad liar. What did he react like when you confronted him about her age? I know you said he showed multiple IDs too to tell you otherwise, but what was his demeanor? A bit suspect? And this one you may not be able to answer, I understand, but when was your last interaction with David? This is a telling statement. Hiding Celeste. I'm curious when you came to this conclusion. Thanks for posting. My love, how are you going to say you went around her and she was hidden and then tell someone, oh my God, she's my friend's girlfriend? You knew of her, like... What? Aysia, can you talk about the Fonda Theatre? Were you in the presence of Celeste when you claimed you never met the girl? Ooh, dear, that's a bad one. Any more replies? It says, only want justice for Celeste Rivas as a young girl's life was taken. People saying, interesting. So Aysia admitting that somebody did murder her and it wasn't an accidental OD. Whoops! Whoopsie, slipped up. Admitted it was murder. Whoopsie daisy, taken, not lost. Uh-oh. This, literally, and she keeps saying people, she knows what the F happened, maybe not everything, but effing enough. Like others are saying, she can't have legal representation because this post is a walking confession. She's not here for Celeste, she's here to protect her ego, lying about knowing her, etc. Odd. PDF supporter. It's confirmed to be her, right? It's confirmed. Is there any more replies from her? People saying, bro, you need a lawyer. Finally, someone said it. I would 100% say, take that shit down and shut the F up. No charges against Aysia. The only proceedings we know about has one named target, David Burke. Aysia maintains she has nothing to do with the murder and is not expecting to be charged with anything. We've not seen anything to suggest otherwise, but given all that, why would Aysia need a lawyer? Okay? She needs a lawyer. She needs a fucking lawyer. All right? Facts. Needs a lawyer. Said, bitch, you knew this was a little girl and you did shit to protect her. Never called her parents. Never called the cops. This feels sorry for me. I was groomed too. I grew up around S-workers. Has literally zero to do with this situation. And everything to do with you trying to deflect. Also, I'll have fries with that. Dead ass though. Fries, fries, fries. Put the fries in a bag, okay? We all know that you knew. People saying, why didn't you get your own car, but you had to get your daddy to go and pick it up before the cops get there? Why would you worry about your car being there till you got back? All the other times you went somewhere, the car stayed until you got back, but the body got found in the car, not the house. So why did you find it important to get your car away from David's house and your residence? You knew they were going to search you. You just didn't know how much they knew about her murder. So panicking, called daddy as you thought, oh, my car needs to be moved away back to daddy's home. Afraid of the cops, guilty conscience. Having dad get your car showed that you knew. You were worried about them looking in your car and it shows guilt. People saying you're a bit late for questions. She's gone and deleted the app. But here she is. She said this mentality will get you all nowhere. Bit pompous. Assumptions simply made from the things you've seen online, but do you really know anything? I suggest you have more respect for this case. Yeah, that's not how you got 6 downvotes. I'm going to downvote too. That's not how you get people on your side, Aysia. All right, unfortunately. People saying not the things we've seen, but the evidence we've seen. Nice try, though. You're one to talk about respect. You and your friend group are a joke. You were all complicit in a little girl's death, whether it was direct or indirect. Now, that's a doozy, and she responded. Let's see. I can't wait to see this response. Boom. Oh, and you know this how? Oh, from stuff you've seen online, but okay. You referred to a 13-year-old child as my friend's girlfriend. You knew. You said that she was his girlfriend. That's a wobbler. That one's, I'm not going to lie, that's a wobbler. That's actually really bad. It says, you mentioned not knowing Celeste. However, Celeste is proven to have been with David at multiple shows. According to video and photo evidence, you were also around him at this time, touring and working with him. I find it hard to believe you didn't know her. Also, the private investigator, Steve Fisher, is pointing fingers at you, Neo David, in his latest tweet. Why would he accuse you of it if he didn't have the evidence against you? He has nothing to win from accusing you. I don't agree with the witch hunt mentality, but I have to say your behavior on social media has been extremely distasteful. You don't have to talk about the case 24/7, but you have come across as extremely tone deaf and arrogant. Oh my God, it's a reply. It's delicious. Okay. This is like, I feel like I'm gambling right now. Like, oh, she replied. It's so good. How? I've posted many times that I want justice for Celeste Rivas. I continue to post my other content as well. I'm a creator. I've been nothing but respectful to this case cap. And I've tried to be with all of the frustrations that are being shot at me. It's all about me. I have never posted any digs at anything or anyone. We should post dig at David. He's a dirtbag. It seems like everyone just wants someone to blame. And I understand. Yes! A 14-year-old girl was found dead, dismembered in a Tesla. Yeah, we're looking for someone to blame. It's a crime. This is a capital crime. This is a serious capital crime. Yes. It seems like everyone wants someone to blame, and I understand. Yes. It's a murder. We need someone to blame. We need justice. Are you mad? This chick's getting me hot, man. I want people arrested. I want people charged, but we can't rush this. You're in the case. They're questioning you. What people do you want arrested, though? I replied, but you aren't even helping the case. If anything, all we've seen is you mocking the situation. You show you're involved with the suspects, still, yet don't care. It's giving partners in crime, to be honest. You changed your user to users that were distasteful in Celeste's case, and you continue to dodge questions about the murder while trying to prove your innocence. Your actions prove you're either guilty or disrespectful. It's sickening. Your friend was dating a child, and you allowed that to happen to a child. This isn't Instagram, this is real life, and someone's daughter was chopped up in the back of your homeboy's car for God knows how long. She's a part of a family. Her mother and father misses her. She has friends and cousins who miss her and can't ever get her back. You think this is funny? People saying, make a post strictly about Celeste. Show you care. I expect silence. So you can't even be bothered to capitalize your letters when making stories on the case on your Instagram page. You're so obsessed with keeping this brand you've built for yourself, and you try so hard to keep this cool persona going, even in the face of all this. I think you're just classless. That's my personal opinion. Oh, delicious, a reply. It says, what does capitalization have to do with my intent? I haven't built any cool persona for myself. I'm literally just being me. I've said many times that I'm going through a lot. I've acknowledged the case that I'm depressed. Everything. I also have to care for myself in tough situations. So though I stopped posting for a while, it is one of my jobs as a creator. I feel I've been very respectful, but then again, you're not in my shoes if you feel I'm classless, so be it. At least she's replying and facing the criticism. People saying I had to also care for myself. Here, get off the internet, learn to have a personality and communicate with people. Make actual friends, but you can't make money that way. Says, you're right, I'm not in your shoes and I don't think I ever will be because I have enough common sense to know when a child is being exploited, and I would have removed myself from the situation completely and told the proper authorities. We're living up to the name, all right? It says, but you made statements prior that you didn't make any money posting on social media. You did it for the love of the game. Isn't that what you said on your TikTok? Oh boy. Oh dear. Aysia, please tell us why you blocked the account Justice for Celeste on TikTok. Why did you block the person who sent you Celeste Herrera's phone number trying to warn you that her number had been leaked? Why do you continue to wear that ugly sweatshirt that David wore? I don't care if he gave it to you, you know what it means. I have nothing against S-workers. What I do have something against is you, though. You're upset over my post, but it's true that you were with David the day the body was found, the day the body was identified, the day the tour is cancelled, and you continue to post things that come across as supportive of David and make this make sense. And so this person has reposted just to rub it in her face. This is the post that was sent to Aysia where they were revealing that the girl was an underage minor who was missing. She replied, allegedly, bro, this is my friend's girlfriend. They said, anyway, you confirmed she's 13. They said, what the F, you're lying. And then this is her long statement. The investigation is ongoing. I'll speak on things when I can and feel ready. Please respect my privacy and allow the police to do their job. It says, for legal reasons, I do not feel comfortable talking about the case. I will speak about it in due time. In the meantime, I suggest you don't believe everything you see online. That last bit pissed people off. All right? Because we're seeing shit and you're basically trying to cast doubt on the facts that we're seeing with our eyes that it appeared that there was a relationship going on between this adult and this minor. And another one says, since people are being super disrespectful, this is the one that pissed people off. I will clarify some things. I did not know the girl nor her age. May she rest in peace. I have never posted any videos with Celeste Rivas. Only my friends Vanessa and Celeste Herrera, who are commonly being mistaken as Celeste Rivas. Everyone wants to act like TikTok detectives, yet can't tell the difference between people of color. Let's pack it up, y'all. Yeah, that was a very, very bad, distasteful post to make. And so once again, you said this stuff. It's not like I just made this shit up out of thin air. These are your own posts. You are the person who said you did not know the girl nor her age. You're also the person who was clearly told she was 13 years old. And you chose and continue to be a willing participant in this mess. I don't understand why. It's not like you're fugly. You had contacts before David. Danru is a big name. Aiden Ross, big name. David, not a big name. His career is over. Even if he were to somehow magically beat this case, he will be forever known as a PDF with a dead child in his car. I don't like people who blatantly lie. You're upset over a college comment, but you told the dude in the IG dating reel that you dropped out. It was listed that you also went to Cypress College for psychology. The best way not to worry about your lies catching up to you is to just not lie. Maybe you should try it. You were with Celeste December the 31st, 2024, just days before she was seen alive again. Why don't you tell us about that night since you're so eager to talk? I'd love to see a reply to this, but I don't think it'll happen. People saying, yo, Aysia blocked Justice for Celeste on TikTok after they followed her. Aysia blocked someone who messaged her, sending them Celeste Herrera's phone number after it got leaked. Aysia continues to wear the god-awful cheetah print hoodie that David wore. So what exactly are you doing, Aysia? You're still hanging out with those associated. You're still wearing his clothes. You're blocking the Justice page. What are you doing to help? Nothing. Just like the rest of them, you and your buddy Zerks, two people who chose to do nothing. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. And I don't think we're going to see a reply from her. All right. People saying she made up that people were going to chop her up and threaten to eat her. She got the idea from David's video talking about jealousy of his girlfriend. It's insane. People saying, this doesn't help your case, I'm sorry. Of course you would say this with all of the evidence of negligence on this group of friends. I don't wish harm on anyone, but what is terribly sad is that if one person had protected this girl, things would be different now. Everyone was complicit in this group, allowing this inappropriate relationship with this sick human, and then people are still protecting him. She was groomed by him. He had sick obsessions and behaviors. It looks like you only turned on him after more came out and you weren't getting the fan anymore. I'm glad you're working with the police. It's the least you could do. You could take some accountability as well, though. All people involved should be held accountable. I don't care. It seems like your lawyer would have advised against these kinds of comments. You were at a party with pictures showing her, and no way that was only 5 minutes and the first time. You can't convince me. R.I.P. Celeste. I pray for justice for her. People saying, I hope y'all know that anybody could be acting like Aysia. No, it was confirmed. All right. It was actually confirmed, as you saw. Because I'm not sure the depth of your involvement, and it's understandable to stay silent on specific details in regarding the case. However, you're just as bad for not using your platform to have a voice. If you so-called want justice for Celeste Rivas-Hernandez, it's blatantly disrespectful for you to continue posting normally, often for months, knowing this was all happening as if nothing was happening. And your strange behavior laughing about some random confessing murder on stream was uncalled for. You were with David until the last day of his tour. I just refuse to believe that you did not find it suspicious that his underage girlfriend just disappeared. And yeah, you're still friends with Neo, who is literally known for drugs being creepy, and who knows what else. Oh, it's a reply. Someone said, you should have cleared your name from the start. You continue to contradict yourself, and that screams guilty in the eyes of the public. She said, how have I contradicted myself? I've only spoken a few times. A lot of the stuff you guys are seeing on the internet is fake. What's fake? When people say stuff's fake, you got to tell us. What's fake? What post? Is it the DM warning you? Is that what's fake? Is the whole relationship fake? Is the backstage images of Celeste at the show at the Fonda Theatre fake? Says, well, for a start, you said in this post that you're not close with Neo, yet David posted a picture of you, Neo, him, and the other Celeste titled The Fam. People saying it doesn't mean she's close to Neo. People saying it's reported that her and Neo lived at David's house. Look at all the evidence about this sub on their closeness to each other. If anyone in that group was the outsider, it was the adult Celeste. And she has replied extensively here. Excellent. She said, I've said many times on all platforms, I want justice for her. It's not disrespectful to keep posting as normal. I didn't for months out of respect for the situation, but at the end of the day, I'm not involved in this murder. It's a murder. She's admitting it's a murder. She knows it's a murder. She knows it's a murder. There's no more drug overdose theory, accidentally slipped, fell, overdose, fell into the trunk. She admits it's a murder. All right, she admits it. This is insane. This is actually insane. Bro, I'm gonna have to reload this comment. That's crazy. I've said many times on all my platforms, I want justice for her. It's not disrespectful to keep posting as normal. I didn't for months out of respect for the situation, but at the end of the day, I'm not involved in this murder. Only trying to help get justice for Celeste Rivas. What has me lost is I've always had a social presence. Did you guys just want me to drop off the face of the earth? Do you guys just want me to be depressed all day and do nothing with myself? I enjoy posting. Most of my posts and streams are me helping people and just chatting with people. I do therapy streams, confession streams, that's for sure. You're doing a confession stream right now. And info vids. I feel like I can't even post simple things without people getting upset. Blood. This murder, huh? So first or second degree? Whoa. People saying, let's keep giving this girl a platform. It won't be long before she blurts out something else important. Girl can't help herself. She loves to talk. It's what she does for a living. Now she's backtracking. Girl, I do not know. It could be murder. Nothing has been confirmed yet. I feel lost. Bro, she was chopped up. Are we pretending to be slow or are we just slow? Could be. Be serious. So she backtracked. It's a murder. Come on, guys. It's a murder. Was this before or after you called her that girl and claimed not to know her until people were able to pull proof? You're saying, dear God, please tell me you're not seriously counseling people. This feels like a joke. I don't know who's more mentally handicapped. You for thinking you have any wisdom to share, or the dead brains that are listening to you. Girl, get an effing lawyer. So what did you think of the burn cage and the chainsaw you saw in the garage? Did you not ask questions? Ooh, hitting her with the tough questions and she's going to reply. Oh my God, period. Yes, Aysia, what are your thoughts on that? To be honest, to her, if I saw either in anyone's house, my mind wouldn't go straight to murder. I have a chainsaw and use it for tree overhang. I have a burn barrel for tree overhang that's dried out. She said, y'all seriously need to reread what you asked me. This was in response to the person asking about what was in the garage. And then she said, I've never been in that garage. Who hangs in their friend's garage? People do hang out in garages. I'm sorry. That's that. We're not accepting that one. Man, this is insane. There's 13 more replies under this one too, and there might be some more Celestage. Oh my god, there is. It says, that's a great point, but we do have to remember this is LA. A burn cage is illegal due to the fires. A chainsaw I might not be concerned about. Burn cage after remembering the Palisades fire might make me go, huh? But yeah, that's a really great point that you made. Thank you for that. And maybe not everyone knows it's illegal. People are dumb. He says, I didn't see anything in his crib. Do you guys think if I was in the house, he would have hidden it from people if he was guilty? Do you guys think if this was in the house, he would have hidden it from people if he was guilty? If he was guilty. Oops, daisy. Oh, I hope I haven't lost my place. Intriguing. People saying, but it was in the house. Are you alleging that whoever returned to the mansion while you and David were on tour put the burn cage and chainsaw in the house? That's a bit silly. See, this sounds like you're still protecting David. There's no if he's guilty. Now, we can't say that for sure. So go to law enforcement and provide them the evidence you have that Aysia doesn't have instead of wasting time replying to Aysia then. Man. So, right, she doesn't hang out in the garage. We've established that. Anything else? Is there anything we need to... Ah, man. Fiending for more replies. People saying, is that her 100% justice for Celeste? Somebody take her phone. She's so used to living rent-free in that $20,000 mansion, getting to go to parties that she never would have been invited to. She was acting as this OF presence. Now her sugar daddy, David, isn't supporting her anymore. Now it's just her not-so-classy self. To get on here and yell at people for not liking her, and is outraged when her fans do personal attacks. They get subjected by mods for breaking rules to keep people safe here, post deleted or bans. That shows malicious intent on her part. It says, did you see that she claimed she was poor? How is growing up in the middle class poor? She attempted child acting with her sister. She had a family that was behind her in her future. Unlikely out on the street with hookers like she was claiming. She said people were threatening to harm her going to her at work. Oh my god, she has no job but is an internet presence. Who could be aware of where she's doing things for her gigs? Just another lie. It says, then her saying people threatened to chop her up. Oh my god, really unbelievable. Using something that David said in a video when he's dicing up meat. She doesn't even have an imagination. The cops handle that stuff and she's on Reddit, so prove it. Bring out the police reports. It was her rant to get on the Celeste platform to cry victimhood. She lied and wanted to yell at Redditors who bring up her internet presence, who don't like her and certainly don't buy into her lies of not knowing anything about Celeste. It's crazy. I'm going to check. Let me see if she replied. Okay, let's read this one. It says, crazy timing of you just 7 hours before those documents were posted. I wonder if this was trying to cover. The truth will come soon. Edit, thank you for the award, Justice for Celeste. How dare you bring your own trauma into this when Celeste lost her life and you called that monster your baby boy. Eat it. I don't believe a word you have to say. People saying, I think David let her know that his family unknowingly made the mistake. I think David let her know that his family unknowingly made the mistake. That shit was going to hit the fan. People were always going to find out about the brutality of his murder. Their lawyer would have been notified for days ahead of his clients so they could prepare for this. So David is still in touch with Aysia, probably through gaming, told her that everyone is going to know. That's why she slipped up on that reply. She said, didn't those come out days ago? Okay. Insulting, like, yep, the only way that she knew before it came on the news was through David. Wow. So this is a deleted comment, but what it sounds like is that they're saying she knows more than she's leading on. Someone said, I agree with you. I think she knows a lot more than she's leading on. I believe we agree with that too. So that's funny. Let's see what she said. She said, I thought many documents have been posted many days, but anyways, taking things very seriously. Says the court documents confirming she was dismembered and in multiple bags. Pretty sure those were just posted here within the last couple of hours. Someone asks, why are you still Neo's friend? She said, I haven't spoken to him, but we've never been crazy close anyways. They're saying, what about Robert? You still follow him too? Why stay connected to David's people if you're not his friend anymore and you want justice for Celeste? Can't have it both ways. And she replied saying, I don't even know who had anything to do with anything. Why are we assuming Rob is someone bad? Interesting. I mean, there's been a lot of assumptions about Robert, the part of the management team. Says because he told the Discord mods to stay offline and delete chats, plus he was around Celeste a lot. See, this is the thing. She thought she could come in here like a ninja and just dodge these questions and paint a narrative. Not going to work. These people in these Reddits know far too much. People saying, how was I supposed to know who he was around if I wasn't with him? I said, okay, so now you know what you're going to do about it now. Either you're connected still or you need to disconnect yourself from these people. We're going to see a reply. Nah. Nah, no reply. No one believes that you weren't that close to Neo. You guys were clearly a tight circle. You abandoned David after you got all you could out of being friends with him. Why didn't you do any Google search after a missing sign was sent to you? You could have saved the girl and looked into her case, but clearly you're too stupid or didn't care enough at the time. Anyone who upvoted this, you're pretty stupid too. Blah, blah, blah. All I hear is whining about repercussions for your actions. Shouldn't have helped David and Neo. Sucks when you have to pay for the damage that you helped to hide, right? Yikes. No attorney would approve of this. Either it's not her or she is dumb as dog shit. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Aysia hoping it's the real one and not her alter. There was another video. It appears to be a party and there's you and Neo and David and others and you're repeating the word Gooner. Was that a Gooner's party? Explain it because this is crazy. It is insane. Oh, another reply. It says, too little, too late. We don't know your involvement, but it wasn't 0%. This case will haunt you for the rest of your life and you shall be known only for your proximity to it. Your legacy will be forever tied to a PDF murder. Should have been more outspoken and forceful from the beginning. Too much time has passed. And she clapped back. She said, and you know it wasn't 0. How? I don't know. We don't know your involvement. We know it wasn't 0. You know it wasn't 0. How? Well, I'm assuming the reason they know that it wasn't 0 is because of that post that alleges that she was sent the missing poster of this child when she was still alive. Anyway, she says, and you know it wasn't 0. How? What are you basing this off of? You are harassing his friends for what? I wasn't outspoken and forceful because that simply isn't smart in this case. I wanted to be respectful towards the investigation, and from the very beginning, I did put out a few posts saying I wanted justice for Celeste Rivas, and when it was safe to do so, I would speak on it. Why does everyone think they know exactly what should have been the best move? For me, she loves talking about me. If I'm you, I'm screaming my innocence from the rooftops and throwing Lil David under the bus twice. And not affiliating my personal brand with a dude who likes to make PDF jokes. Okay? I can't believe she pulled up and responded to these. I can't actually believe it. Let's just check if there's any more before we move on. Oh my gosh. Did you know Celeste's age? Did anyone? Did everyone? Oh, no way. No way. No way. She said, when I found out her age is when I saw the missing poster. Her age wasn't on it when I saw it. So she's confirming that's real. Confirming that's real. I confronted David and harassed him to try and find out the truth and see if he would show me proof of her age because I didn't believe him at first. He showed me multiple IDs of the girl and at a certain point I believed a friend I had thought never lied to me. I was also fed a story. Whoa. She just confirmed the missing she confirmed those messages are real. And the person said she's 13 when they sent the poster. She said, I'm going to read it again. When I found... Did you know Celeste's age? Did anyone? Did everyone? When I found out her age is when I saw the missing poster. Her age wasn't on it when I saw it. I confronted David and harassed him to try and find out the truth and see if he would show me proof of her age because I didn't believe him at first. He showed me multiple IDs of the girl and at a certain point I believed a friend I had thought had never lied to me. I was also fed a story. Throwing David under the bus. And you said it was a murder a minute ago. Why didn't you ask Celeste Rivas yourself? Was he keeping her in a cupboard or something? Oh my God, she's still replying. Lawyer up. This woman needs to lawyer up. Stop. I want the tea as much as anyone else, but just time to lawyer up, gang. Fuck. I did not know her. Didn't have any mutual connections with her. Did not have her number. Did not know if she was actually missing or where she was. You saw the poster. You saw it. Was never in any proximity of her that I knew of. I had only met her once. There was no way for me to contact Celeste Rivas. I also work many full-time jobs. David was not my whole life, not even a dime of it. Once I felt she wasn't underage or missing, I continued on with my life. Bruv. What are we doing? So the recent photos that SF posted that were taken on New Year's Eve 2024 going into 2025, you were there with David, Neo, and the other Celeste, and another person who we strongly feel is Celeste Rivas. Was it Celeste Rivas with you guys on New Year's Eve or not? Oh boy. She's been avoiding this question because it contradicts the other statements she's made. I've never met her. I only met her for 5 minutes. She was hidden from me. I harassed him about her age. Yikes. There's text messages of her proving that Celeste was her friend's boyfriend with a missing persons poster, stating her age. She knew the age. That was a perfect time for someone to step up to their friend and say, hey, Why is your girlfriend a minor and missing? What is going on? From these facts alone, and then her saying she never knew Celeste or her age, makes her super guilty. Not to mention her subtly wearing David's hoodie in every photo she posts, possibly subtle solidarity, or to piss people off, which is extremely disrespectful. Insane. I can't believe she's on here. She needs to lawyer up. You acknowledged her missing persons poster in true age the same week she first ran away. Continued to get even closer with David the following year. You're really trying to save face now, huh? Continued to stay on tour with him the whole week before the body was identified as a minor. Still wear a bullshit ugly ass sweater that you shared with him. Actions speak louder than words. Of course you hate being harassed for being complicit. Who wouldn't? Oh my gosh, that is insane. But you continue to work with him for a year. Why didn't you call the police when you were shown the missing poster versus asking him for his side? Oh my God, she needs to stop. He gave me an explanation to things going on. I felt that things weren't as they seemed. I can't say everything in detail yet, and this is why I wanted to wait to speak, but I'm being forced to try and give a little more than I already have to due to the death threats upon me and my family. I personally, in my just personal opinion, I'm not sure I believe her, but she's given a little info. I'm being forced to try, and you're not being forced to do anything. Your lawyer would have told you not to do any of this. And people are saying, then why come here at all? Girl, you're better off staying away from all forms of social media because this post is just a feel sorry for me post. Sorry you're having a shit time, but it could be worse. You could be dismembered in some asshole's Tesla at 14. Oh my God. I wish I could give you an award for this. Zerks continues to do this too. There's no remorse for the deceased. They just want to clear their name, which is very distasteful. She replied, she said, this isn't a feel sorry for me post. This is a post and update on everything going on. A mild explanation for those frustrated. Just because I'm not dead doesn't mean I couldn't also end up that way. Oh, come on. I think you're safe. The way Celeste Rivas ended up is horrible, and I hope there's some way somehow we put the right people behind bars. You said it's a murder. You said you were told that missing poster, that was a real DM that was shared. And now you're saying, just because I'm not dead doesn't mean I could end up that way. She's saying she's scared whoever killed Celeste is going to kill her. Is it David? She said murder, and now she's saying that she might end up the same way and she's being threatened the same way by the same people. Is she saying that David is threatening to kill her if she speaks out? Is David going to make an attempt on her after this Reddit post has gone around? That's what she's inferring. Says this post was anything but what you thought it was going to be. It's nothing but you feeling sorry for yourself, saying stop being me to stop me. Feeling sorry for yourself, saying stop being me to stop me, stop giving me death threats. If you spoke up about David, which you shouldn't have already, we wouldn't be here. But you've been trying to lay the victim card this whole time. I tried to be understanding, but you're acting like a narcissist. It's everyone else's fault but your own. Could you not put two and two together? What shit was David feeding you that made it so believable that you didn't do anything? If you truly want justice for Celeste, then you have to speak up and forget about your image. A effing 14-year-old girl was dismembered. Who cares about fame? A child was killed by their PDF, and you're over here saying, woe is me. Grow the F up. Is there going to be another reply? So you're confidently saying that you only met Celeste once for 5 minutes, yet by February 2024, you were confidently referring to her as David's girlfriend. That doesn't really line up. If that was truly your only interaction, how were you so certain about their relationship status unless you already knew who she was before that moment, especially since February 2024 and when she was first missing? So how did you immediately know she was his girlfriend and not just someone he was seeing or talking to? You were around David for long periods of time and clearly knew details about his personal life. So when exactly did you first hear about Celeste? Before that 5-minute meeting or after? Because right now it sounds like either you knew more than you're admitting about her or the timeline you're giving just doesn't make sense, right? And claiming her and Neo weren't that close doesn't track either because they did a few streams without David. It was Aysia, Sakura, and Neo in like June or July of this year. It's a little it's an oopsie, it's an It is crazy. She's not going to respond. They're reposting this. So you were notified. So this is confirmation this is real. She's confirmed that this is real. Somebody that had already been DMing back and forth with her posted this up. Oh, she had been DMing with someone else, seen the poster, and she responded to it. Bro, this is my friend's girlfriend. Is there a way you can confirm she's 13? What the You're lying. So you were notified and did nothing but inform the predator that someone told you she was 13. You're an adult Asia, not a teenager. This is nonsense. You know adults can't date children. Have you ever thought if you called the police, she may still be alive? That last question, the guilt is eating her alive. It is what it is. It is what it is. So that's them all together having a great time. Ring any bells? Friends? Y'all were friends. Y'all were friends. That's Neo. It's Big Neo in the building. Oopsie daisy. Them all together having a great time. Or this one of David, Aysia, and Neo from 2023. This one as well. See, she fucked up big time even trying to go up against this subreddit because they know everything. Right? This is crazy. She claims she wasn't crazy close with Neo, but it seems like they go as far back as 2023. That's not crazy at all. These people, there are people I've known much longer that I would describe as close. I mean, do your friends not have other friends that you meet occasionally? This is heartbreaking that the adults believe David over an actual missing persons poster. This is crazy. You should report it to the police. Life threats to you and your family is no joke, and someone should take responsibility for that. She probably won't do that because it opens up for questioning as to why someone would threaten her and what proof she has. If she has written proof or videos from her work, the cops would take the report. But if she's lying, it's a false police report. If she goes in there and says people keep posting on my socials, things I don't like, the cops will tell her to make the socials private. I'm guessing no threats against her actual life have been made, or she would have gone to the police, not Reddit. Can we get any more replies out of her? Can we get any more replies out of Aysia? The girl's name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. So this is how you answered Beth Silverman's questions. By the way, did you testify in front of her? So somebody said the girl's name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And they said, I'm speed replying to a lot of comments, not trying to say her full name or be disrespectful. Not trying to not say her full name. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I need to see. Is there one more? Or if we could be at the end of her responses. Could be at the end of her responses. Oh, a couple more responses. People saying, hi, have you run this by your lawyer? This is probably something they would rather you didn't do. She said, oh, I see. But now when I speak out, you guys say stuff like this. What do y'all want me to do? That's a good, I mean, shit. Yeah. Aysia, it's time to lawyer up. You've said way too much. If you'd have come on here and actually had good answers for everything, but you've low-key snitched on yourself, snitched on everyone else, said, yeah, that was real. Because when she says, don't believe everything you believe on the internet, when she says, don't believe everything you see on the internet, I assume she's saying, oh, she's saying that when she got sent the missing poster, that's not real, that's fake, that's AI, that's cap. Well, she's confirmed that's real. And she's talking about its murder. Yeah, she's backtracking, but she's talking about whoever did this murder. And she's saying her life is being threatened by the same people that did this. She doesn't want to end up the same way as Celeste. So it's not an accident. It's not an accident, is it? It can't possibly be an accident if she's saying, I don't want to end up the same. Well, this is insane. Lawyer up. It says, we do want you to speak, at least I do, but I want you to be honest with us. You probably do need to consult an attorney because you're already giving conflicting statements in this comment thread. If you're just going to speak, be truthful. Oh my God, this is insane. It's actually insane. Is she going to pop out again? Is she going to pop out again? I don't think she's going to pop out again on this thread. She's not going to pop out again. Is there going to be another reply? Is there going to be another reply? That comment's been removed. I think there'll be some more replies tucked in here somewhere. So I'll just keep scrolling until I see a reply. I'm not going to read every single comment. People are hating. They're saying this is literally bullshit on top of bullshit. She knew exactly what was going on. She met Celeste. Anyone who's a human being can see she was a child. Looked like a child. There's no excuse. Don't care about your bullshit past, the way you grew up. We've all grown up around poverty. I don't know why the F she's writing all this BS at the end of the day. Take ownership of your actions. Take ownership of the fact that you were hanging around a effing freak who was dating a literal child. You saw Celeste and didn't help her. Shame on you. I believe Aysia might have been in front of a grand jury and said her piece. That's why she's now talking on this. This whole post gives troll. It is real. It is real. Literally can't complete a single sentence without saying me and I. You're lame as F for throwing your OF out like there, like you're trying to promote it. Nonchalant like you're just as guilty. Weird ass TikTok brain kids. Ooh, I thought we were going to get a reply there. Damn. Please, couple more replies, and we'll have fully let her say her piece. All right. Some people are supporting her. They're saying they believe her. People saying it's cap of the century. It is real. She don't look bad, to be honest. Then post this thereafter. Nothing about Celeste or that she cared. It's insane. Okay, we're just looking for one last stray reply from her. I don't know if she has it in her to keep replying after this. It is crazy. People saying the hatred on the internet and the stalking is out of hand. I mean, you know, I definitely don't support any kind of stalking or anything like that, but, you know, we wanted to know what's going on with her. People saying, Jesus, what the F is this thread? I thought it was an impersonator at first, but she confirmed it's her on her Insta. Some of these replies are straight up sexist. I'm still baffled she even decided to come here. Her relationship with David is pretty well documented, but seriously, why come here? So this is another post. Oh, this is her. So she posted this. I don't know if she posted this originally. Or this looks like it was someone else. It said, weirdo misogynist in the sub. Just because she was friends with David doesn't give you the right to be a weirdo misogynist to this woman of color. I think she wrote this herself. A lot of you have crossed the line with this case. You don't know any of these people personally. Let the LAPD do their investigation on David. You're not solving anything with your weird comments. Justice for Celeste. I think she wrote that. I think she wrote this herself. Because she's the one that brought up the woman of color thing before. Like, it's like, that doesn't matter. That doesn't score you any points. You know, we're not discriminating here. This case involves a victim of color. Talking about woman of color. Victim of color. Main suspect of color. Let's not be ridiculous now and make it about people of color getting treated like... All types of people of color are involved in this situation. Many users have tried defending me. I've had a couple even show me their deleted posts like this one. Whoever is moderating is a coincidence, right? She just so happened. I've had a couple show me their posts, bro. That's your post. That's a burner account. Anyway, allegedly, in my opinion. Whoever's moderating these channels is deliberately trying to make me look disrespectful and bad. I know people want to point fingers and blame people who are close to David, but things aren't always as they seem. Things aren't always as they seem. You confirmed that things were as they seemed, that you were warned that this girl was missing. You've confirmed that. So some things were as they seemed, actually, it turns out. This is insane. So the recent photos that SF posted on New Year's Eve was with David, Neo, and the other Celeste. Was it Celeste Rivas with you guys on New Year's Eve or not? Did we not get a response? People saying, dude, you're making yourself look disrespectful and bad in these comments. Can't even be bothered to say Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Is blaming everyone but not taking accountability. Thinking by saying, I don't know her/him is good enough. You're being indignant. And it shows from many of your alt accounts. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. No. Is there going to be more reply? I can't believe she even would post that. Like, look at the other people defending me that get deleted. It's just nonsense. Is there any more replies? People saying keep your head up. Some people being nice. They're sorry that she's being harassed. Sorry for your bad choice in friendships. You don't have to inform us your jobs. There's nothing shameful about working or working. It's not good to be harassed. I agree with that. Let's do this. I'll play the devil's advocate here. I kudos you for making this post and attempting to slowly explain your side. I think this case has a lot of people overanalyzing things and how big it's gotten. It's gotten a lot of people on the edge looking for answers, especially since it revolves around someone as high profile as David. And the fact there was a child killed makes it super sensitive. I feel like many people don't realize that when something like this happens to anyone remotely affiliated with the accused, it's safer to not speak out right away and let the police do their jobs. Not to mention, it's extremely traumatic for anyone and everyone involved. This applies to people just in general who aren't high profile. People want answers ASAP, but unfortunately that's not always the best route due to the possibility of things being twisted before heading into a court case. Again, kudos, Aysia. All right. It's crazy. It is actually crazy. Is there any more comments? I can't believe we're still going. I can't believe that there are still comments. There are still things being found underneath here. I'm surprised she wouldn't have gone through and commented on some of the more positive posts that are near the bottom that have clearly been downvoted. Here she is. What did she say? Wow. She said, all right, y'all, are rude as F, and I tried, so I'm deleting this app like I've been done a while ago. Reddit is nothing but disrespectful. He was saying, I don't know what else you expected. Us to kiss your ass as if you're some victim? Lol. If you have any dignity left or are truly a victim here, you would tell the world what you know about Celeste and David instead of the, you guys are so mean, I did nothing act. People saying, yeah, I wouldn't have posted this if I were her. It's definitely not helping her case. People were demanding her say something and now she did. They're mad because it seems like she's contradicting herself. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of that. That is long. People saying they're parasocials. There are no more comments. Sorry, close friend or girlfriend. No one asked her if you were David's girlfriend because that's what's been said a lot. I'm just going to dig. I'm just going to check. There could be one more hidden comment, but it sounds like that was her last comment wrapping it up. That is the end of it, okay? Now, this thread caused a lot of discussion on Reddit, on a lot of other posts basically reacting to this. I'm going to wrap it up quickly because I know it's been a long video. People saying, F David's friends that enabled him and turned a blind eye to what that creep did. F anyone that supports David's friends or anyone that pretends to be David's friends and posts in here to try and control the narrative. I'm sorry, but F you. This isn't a subreddit to try and control a carefully crafted narrative and play the victim mentality as you all were partying up in Hollywood, going on tour and living the high life with that awful PDF murderer. I have no idea if that was really Aysia or someone else or her close acquaintances, nor do I care. If you have something valuable to say about this case and you are close to David, then say it in the court while testifying against David to bring justice for Celeste. Anything else is just self-promoting and self-enrichment. Fuck Aysia, F Neo, F David's family, and F David. F Aysia, F Neo, F David's family, F David. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. If you're one of David's friends who reads this subreddit, do all of us a favor and go in court and testify against him. If you can't do that, you got no business posting your sympathy stories in here, okay? People were saying that she's a big old dummy for even piping up on Reddit, okay? For even having the gall to pipe up. They said Aysia is so stupid. Said Aysia admitted to seeing the missing poster that was sent to her. She did absolutely nothing to look up who Celeste was online or even go to law enforcement to see if she was really missing. The least she could have done is do a basic search. She must be that stupid or a liar or Leah. She could have even possibly saved Celeste. She claims that she went to David and questioned him. I'm just calling BS on her whole story. This girl doesn't have common sense. She abandoned David after she got everything she could to possibly get out of him. Everything she could possibly get out of him and is now acting as if she's an innocent victim. She also claims she wasn't close to Neo. I'm calling BS on that too. I thought it was her homeboy. Why not come forward from the start and make a real statement and clear your part? She couldn't take the heat anymore, so she decided to come here, and she can't even take the heat on here, and she's ready to delete her page. How can you be around someone 24/7 and not know something was off with this guy? She's also still questioning if she was even really murdered. That's how stupid she is. I also wonder if the IDs Celeste had even had her actual name on the ID. Why would a missing girl have a fake ID with her actual name on it? And in most cases, a fake ID will have a fake name on it, and there's no way that Aysia didn't know Celeste's real name. All lies. And yes, I know Celeste had fake IDs. Aysia claims she had only seen her once, which is another lie. You be the judge if you believe her story or not, because I don't. I think she came in here with a plan ahead of time, because who wouldn't when you're fighting to clear your name, and that's fine, but don't make up lies. We're just saying, I'm so confused why she wouldn't look into the missing persons poster, even after David told her Celeste was of age. How did she even come across it in the first place? Couldn't she call the number on the poster? So someone sent it to her. Why wouldn't she do a basic search online to see if it's true? And this is it. And she confirmed that that is genuine. Okay. It is absolute insanity. All right. They're all utter dimwits. I wouldn't single out just Aysia. Neo, for his age, has the intellect of a middle schooler. Apologies to middle schoolers. Hopefully, Aysia Collins is remotely coherent when she posted here. She can spell correctly and uses punctuation. Neo and Jason the Ween sound like they're blubbering word salad every time they speak. Okay, and there's just more posts of Aysia's responses going around on Reddit. It says, Aysia responded to my comment and says that she was never around Celeste because Celeste was hidden from her, but there's evidence that shows otherwise. And this recounts a comment that we read earlier. Aysia, I'm only curious, please answer this question. When you were around Celeste, what was the dynamic link between her and David? Did they get along? We want to know what it was like. And when she was around with David, he literally dismembered her body. She said, I understand you're curious, but I wasn't around her. She was hidden from me. Says Steve Fisher has pictures that proves that Aysia was around them in December 2024. The whole crew before New Year's. She said in another comment she was only around Celeste for maybe 5 minutes. I'm beginning to think that maybe that's the legal advice she was given for her to claim she was never around her because she thinks there isn't any photo evidence. I'm not around her. I've never been around her. Okay, I was around her for 5 minutes. Once you start giving up lies like that and basically admitting that your story is not coherent, you're in big trouble. Don't believe anything you say now. It says, SF said that Aysia was there with the rest of them that night in the photos. Her and her fans immediately downvote it, but it doesn't matter. A liar is a liar. She lied about people threatening to cut her up and eat her in her rant days ago. People are not gullible either. No, we're not detectives, but we have eyes to see and common sense. She was around when Celeste was around. Celeste was dismembered and her life deleted. Insane. Aysia contradicts herself because she's lying. When I found out her age, when I saw the missing poster, but I didn't know her age, it didn't say on the poster. The text she got with the missing poster is real. She knew she was missing and she knew she was only 13 at the time. She did nothing. She didn't call the number and say, I know where Celeste is. She did nothing. If any one of us saw a missing child, we would do something about it. She didn't because she didn't want to lose her famous friend or his connections, getting to go backstage at Coachella, front row tickets, going on tour with David. It is crazy. When the screenshot of her replying to Celeste's missing poster got circulated, she locked down her Insta and posted a story saying, remember not to believe everything you read on the internet, which I interpreted as her saying the screenshot was fake, but she since confirmed it's real and in a very odd wording. She said when she saw the posters when she found out about the age, but then said the age wasn't on the poster. In some other comments, she says, it's cat. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. She's really slipped up. She should have lawyered up. This is actually one of the most balls to the wall, stupidest things I've ever seen in a murder case. She's admitting that it's a murder case. She's admitting that she believes that she is in danger of having her life taken by the same people and going out the same way. And she's admitting that she met the girl and she's admitting the messages are real. David's cooked. David's cooked. All right. Aysia needs to get to the bunker. I don't know what else to say to you guys. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. Let me know what you guys thought. This is just the craziest update I couldn't have even imagined it was this bad. Let me know what you thought of this. I'll break this down more. I've got a couple more David topics that I want to do. I'll do another one tomorrow. I'm going to do another Epstein topic in a minute. But yeah, that just was insanity. Absolutely cooked. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.